A lot of people don't know how many people were in the original Nappy Roots. We was on some Wu-Tang shit. We was also on some Cash Money shit. We was on, I guess, a bunch of different little things within a big thing. When we initially signed that contract, it was 9 people on that contract. There was 2 producers signed as artists. The other 7 of us. And I don't know whoever the other one was. I don't know how he got on that contract.
Doing a record deal with Atlantic Records in 1998 to being an independent label in 2014, like, that's a lot of years. And for us still to be doing it says something in itself. For us to be here and to have your attention, it means you have to be doing something, but it's a big evolution. We lost 2 members out of 6, which is a big part of your group. That's a third of your group.
It ended up being 6 rappers and 2 producers, real quick and a quick amendment early on, but it was still a lot of people. So you got 8 people looking at a $30,000 check like, what's up? We started with me selling my car. I sold my car and got a mixer, a Roland VS880, a couple other little pieces for a studio. That's how we got the studio. And the studio was right next door to the record store that my friends from college actually started up as well. And so they saw where we started, and they saw what that happened, how we got a record deal with a major label that was 60 pages thick. And I told them, if we all get this money and split it up, it ain't gonna be shit, man. Like, after taxes, you're not gonna have nothing. That's a residual check that we were getting from school if we all split that shit up. What do you think you're gonna buy with that? But if we keep it together and we get this compounds, what we had. We've always had this idea to get compounds in these big ass buildings and put our studio in, and we just run whatever we can in and out legally and professionally. You know, the bottom of this next studio we had was a record store. So the record store expanded, the studio expanded, it was nice, lavish, but we had this Tascam board, 4 ADATs now. You know, we was recording with a nice Neumann mic now. We had a real built-out studio, and we looked like we were doing and playing a part of a real successful, you know, label. And that was our key, was to operate and keep our money internally instead of chopping it up and letting people run with it. And that's how we still now survive now, is what we get, we put half of that back into the company, invested very well. But if you can't just come in just blowing it, because if you do, man, it ain't gonna come back. And I knew that, like, this was the one chance we had. And if we'd have blown that money and the album that we did record that got put on the shelf in 98, 99 didn't come out, we'd have been fucked. We'd have been fucked. Like, they would have gave us no more money, we'd have been signed to a record label, they wouldn't have let us off, we were unrecouped. And everybody would have went back to working, you know, for their, you know, some people quit school for this rap shit. Like, Scales quit basketball. He was a scholarship, you know, he had a scholarship, he quit for Nappy Roots. But if that shit didn't work, just because he had a couple $1,000s in his pocket, he'd have been done in a good weekend. And the whole point was to keep all our money together, because Master P and Cash Money and Wu-Tang did it. And I studied and we all studied, and we always looked at those people as the technicians to how to keep a big group together, you know. And some of them didn't make it, some of them are still together now doing what the same principles of just working together.
But we've continued work with producers like 808 Blake, who's helped us keep the sound current, keep a new sound going. And then just staying cool people, like literally staying cool and current, because you have to in this industry, even though we have a certain sound and image that we maintain. You have to somewhat know what's going on in the music industry. And it's just like, we've came a long way. We're not looking for the fame that we once did. You know, we're not looking to go outside and have people stopping their cars and running up to us. That's not where we at in this career no more. We're more about maintaining a career and putting others on at this point and making money off of others, truthfully told, you know. Feel like we put in that work to be able to help others make money and to make a living off of others in a fair way. I believe in being fair.
Our whole motto was, I am because we are because I am. Without no you, there is no me. And that's kind of how we still operate today. We all kind of got here off the basis of hip hop. So hip hop has always been our epicenter. It wasn't ever really to make millions of dollars. We all came to school from different places. But for us, it was always the thing of it is we all have to look out for each other, because if not, these outsiders are gonna pick us apart one at a time. And it could be your family member that did it, or your best friend, or a label person, or a lawyer. And we've had those people come in and whisper, and we always just communicated, man, and just threw it on the table. We never really put our hands on each other. You know, sometimes we might have wanted to, but we was brothers. We still are. Like, even the 2 guys that left, they left because they want to pursue a solo career versus left over some kind of bullshit that inner turmoil. You know, it's a hierarchy, but it's not like it's a forced thing. Like, you don't have to be here. You can walk out the door. It's an open door policy. There's nothing signed. It's all on a handshake. Well, it's a couple things, son, but you know, it's not nothing where we holding everybody by the black and white print of our understanding as being a black man. First of all, there's respect there for that first. And it's because you like music is the reason why you're here, and because it's an opportunity for your kids to grow and survive off what you've done for the love of it. And that right there keeps us going, because we all now have gotten kids, and we're all uncles to each other's kids. You know what I'm saying? We're all brothers, and that's Uncle Ron, or that's Uncle Skinny, or it's Uncle Scales, and that's, you know, we check in on each other. We look out for each other. When it's hard, we all pull together for that person, you know. We show up, we know each other's mothers, we know each other's fathers. You know, everybody has a good family structure already. And I guess we're just fortunate to have that within us, you know. We really didn't get caught up on all that bickering and bullshit beef, and the people, you know, when we all got together, we all left that spot. So no one could tear us apart from the old, you know. Some people get success, and if you try to go back to your hood, they wanna tear you down and fuck you up, because they're not doing it. They don't have that level of understanding what you got to do to make it. And anybody who wants to make it, you have to get out where you're from. And so we just left. Like, I live in Atlanta now, I don't even live in Kentucky. Not because it's bad, it's because I had to do something different, not hear what my past was. You know, I don't want to live in my past, and I think a lot of people mess up by trying to bring their past with them as they succeed, and they mess up. They mess straight up, and they get caught up in the old ways, and they don't become successful like they, you know, initially tried. But for us, again, we communicate it out, we talk about it, we help each other. We invest back in the company, we all have a say. We have our meetings, you know, several times a week, and we handle our business.
There's sometimes I think to myself, I wish I'd have took a different approach. But to me, I feel like I've just gotten to where I want to be as an artist. I always knew my better work was to come. You know, from this album, Watermelon Chicken and Grits. Doing this album, I knew I wasn't ready. Even though this is a very successful album, I just felt like my best work is yet to come. Sometimes I feel like, damn, I wish I'd have learned how to do it earlier, but I guess you can't, you know. It comes with time. Man, if I just had the knowledge that I have now, the wisdom that I have now, if I had it when we was recording this album in 2002, so much would have been a lot easier. Really, I guess it ain't even wisdom. It's just the ability to not care so much about what others think. You know, on this album, when we did an interview, I knew it was certain ways I had to answer questions. Now, if you ask me, I'm gonna be honest how I'm feeling at that time. Like, I'd be way more genuine than I was on this one.
I would like to say I'm a better man now in this rap game. Even at 38, like I'm 38 years old, man. I've been doing this since I was 25 when I had my first son. And we were signed, but I really wasn't. We were signed for a year, we was going to Nashville. I really wasn't pushing myself like I push myself now as an independent artist. Because now if I don't get up, man, it ain't gonna get done. Even then, it's like, okay, I'm gonna get up, but who's doing it for me? It's like, that's not how you're supposed to live your life. Live your life, you're in control, and you have to call the shots, you have a say. And you can't be mad if you didn't make it, because it's all on you. But shit, here I am, here we are, chilling in Chicago, on our way to Minneapolis, you know, on tour. And it's just part of my life now, so I appreciate it more now than I did then.
Like, all of the extra stuff is like, it's so much extra stuff that can throw you off, you know what I mean? Like every day, you know what I mean? Like, it's all about your decisions. Like, you make the right decisions, you're gonna get somewhere.
All musicians, all moguls are role models. And definitely, especially musicians, because we speak the most. Actors, you know what they do. They go in and be fake every day. Your goal is to be fake every day. Not fake at heart, but you're just being something, you're playing a role.
It's really kind of a tribute for my mother too, you dig what I'm saying? I told her story in the title track, Malta Bed. And it's just all about ambition and motivation from where I grew up and where I come from. We're gonna make something out of nothing. We're gonna go hard. We ain't gonna make no excuses. Whatever cards that we dealt, we're gonna make the best out of it.
So I'm like, what kind of issue we got? That's my bad, you know what I'm saying? Nah, we ain't got no kind of issue. She said, yeah, we got an issue, sir. You got a gun in your bag. I said, a gun?